rise and shine. Hi everyone, in this video we will learn about momentum and impulse. Let me begin with momentum. Momentum is defined by masses times velocity. Today, I will demonstrate about equal momentum with different masses, where I use soccer ball and rubber ball. This soccer ball has more heavier and this rubber ball has less heavy.
So, the rubber ball with a smaller mass has faster velocity, while with the equal momentum, the soccer ball with larger mass must balance out by having a smaller velocity.
In other situations, I can also demonstrate with this.
Imagine a person is standing on the road and imagine the small ball is a bicycle which moves towards the person. Next, imagine the soccer ball is a truck move towards the person. Through both situations, firstly the person only injured, for the second the person will die.
Here, the soccer ball has large momentum because it is very massive but also has a larger speed with influence momentum. While the small rubber ball has large speed and less mass, which the momentum also less.
All objects have mass. So if an object is moving, then it has momentum. Momentum depends upon the variable mass and velocity. The greater the mass or velocity, the greater the momentum. Now, momentum is a vector quantity. As known, vector quantity is fully described by both magnitude and direction. By the next video later, it will be shown how this ball exerts momentum, which gives both magnitude and direction. Here's an explanation. It is shown that just now the ball hits at the wall at a certain velocity. The ball then reflected back in the opposite direction and the ball is coming back at an angle. The ball experiences a change in momentum and its velocity comes back at the opposite direction.
Hi, I'm Alia. I will explain on how to stack a ball drop. I will use netball and apple in this demonstration, and I'm going to start with a demonstration. I am going to drop a ball and apple at the same time. So, you can see the apple is going too fast. And where did that speed come from? Where did the velocity come from? Well, it is momentum of the netball. Momentum is equal to mass times velocity. And since the netball is much more massive than the apple, it is transferring some of that momentum. And since the apple has small mass, it gains a larger velocity. So, let me play the video again, but this time, instead of watching the apple, watch what happened to the netball.
Did it break it?
Why an egg broke on the plywood but not on the cloth? Why? It is because impulse. Impulse is defined as the product of force and time. When an egg hit the cloth blow, resulting in a longer collision time. So, it better suit to handle this impulse and not break it. But when egg hit plywood, the plywood applies a force in a shorter of time. It happened quickly and broke the egg.
This is the formula of the momentum.
Momentum is a product of two things. It is the mass of an object times the velocity of the center of the mass that object. And that velocity and their momentums are going to be in the same direction. And so, if we are watching and object move, and we can calculate its momentum by figuring out its velocity. What I am doing is watching when that center of mass is changing over time. And since the change in time is constant, I can graph it. Get a graph that looks like this. And so, this is a graph of an object that has constant velocity. So, I could calculate the slope of that line. That is going to tell me the velocity of the object. If I know the mass of the object, now I know the momentum of the object.
This is the formula for total linear momentum of a system, which P equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 and so on.
Newton's second law in terms of momentum. As you can see here, this is force, delta P is change in momentum, and delta T is change in time interval. Force is actually equals to the change in momentum over the change in time interval. In the next video, I will be explaining how this force equals to change in momentum over change in time interval equation is formed. Regarding Newton's second law in terms of momentum, we said that impulse is equal to change in momentum, and impulse is equal to the force multiplied by the change in time interval. Now, if we divided both sides by delta t, we get the true definition of force. So, a force is really the rate at which the momentum of the object changes. It's delta p over delta t, which is the change in momentum over the change in time interval. This is another way in which you can define a force in physics.
Remember this formula, impulse equal to product of force and time. The longer the time, the lower the force. The shorter the time, the higher the force. Okay, thank you.